super reliable when it comes to his attacks. And as a new Town Hall 13, again with that Royal Champion adding on to a non-max Town Hall 12, game's over. One thing that we'll miss here is that we don't have the ability of this Royal Champion, but honestly we're not even going to need it. That Royal Champ ability would have torn through that entire line of hidden Teslas. But again, who really cares? Because he has this thing locked down. A lot of players in our clan are asking, Town Hall 11, Town Hall 12, what attack should I be attacking with? And there is honestly nothing as reliable at those levels as a good old Bowie. Your Bow Witch attack. It's just gonna wipe him out every time. Got a lot of people on right now. Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna be 11 of 14, or 11 of 44 live right now watching this war. 11 of 14, I don't know, what am I talking about? Alright, so we're tied. Percentage-wise, even with a base that has not been touched, the one that I'm going to end off this stream with, even without that being touched, we're almost tied up on percentage. So let's say we knock out these next, they've got what, 2 attacks left? We get 10, 11, 12, we clean those up, game's over. My attack on 5 on Surf Master is just going to be for icing on the cake. Cherry on top. Let's see how it goes. We are tied at 50. We'll go back. We'll watch my first attack. My first attack was on a non-maxed Town Hall 13. Now this is actually an attack where, you know, being flexible in terms of what you're going to do with your funnel is pretty important. So normally you want your troops, your first 2, your Warden Walk as well as your P.E.K.K.A. It would have been nice for me to deploy that P.E.K.K.A. a little bit further down, but now I've just decided, you know what, I'll let that P.E.K.K.A. go and join the main part of the attack. I'll deploy a different P.E.K.K.A. in order to start my funnel. And I really made sure to actually place that jump so that those troops would not be crossing into this barrier at this first time. I really wanted them to push straight through that initial Town Hall. I almost missed my Grand Warden ability. I was actually a little worried about that initially. And I remember when the Yetis first came out and I was seeing these troops, I played it around with a little bit, I was like, I honestly don't understand what the big deal is. Like, okay, they're sort of like a heavier giant, but they attack a little bit better. But what I hadn't understood at the time was just the utility of those Yeti mites that are on its back. A couple of those things just come up and they just obliterate defenses, man. Not only do they have really strong attacks just by a couple of swipes from their fists, but those Yeti mites are just gonna roar through bases and just destroy. Any attack is helped by the fact that you have max heroes. Getting that Royal Champion up, not so much just for the power output that she's gonna have, but more so for the number of hits that she can sustain. She's not a terribly high defense troop to begin with, but if you have a little bit of extra HP for her, she's just... The number of times after I do an attack and people are just like, oh yeah, you know, well, the Royal Champion took out like a quarter of that base. Well, yeah. That's what happens when you have a fully maxed Royal Champ. You're just gonna keep walking through. Alright, 19 minutes left. Let's keep walking down. Some other good attacks. We had Crackerjack, our fearless leader. Attacking pretty early this war. He usually saves it. And here, he's got a pretty stout Royal Champion here. Attacking a maxed out Town Hall 12. But even from that point, he's got max witches, max bowlers, plus adding a level 14 Royal Champ on. when we were planning out our war attacks here, we were going to have Cracker Jack drop even more, and he's just like, what are you talking about? I'm attacking a Town Hall 12. It's going to be easy. Just look at the way that these things roar through the bases. You know, a lot of us have been doing siege barracks filled with hogs. Honestly, it is a huge game changer. Having them come up on that side that's been basically abandoned by the main part of your war army, for them to swing around and wipe out all of those things on the weak side. Huge difference. Look at that. That Royal Champion is still up, just doing damage. Hogs sweeping through. Grand Warden at full health. Walking Grand Warden, what else can you want? 18 minutes. So, you know, I didn't charge my iPad. I'm at 18%. The worst thing that could happen here is if I were to start my attack and then my iPad just dies. That would suck, especially on a live stream. If you hear the rumbling from upstairs, it's actually my dogs who are just playing with each other. Promise you, they're not killing each other up there. Alright. Alright, 50-50. My dogs. I've got Sophie and Lola upstairs. Oh my gosh. I'd bring them down here, but they're going to chew up on all my cables down here, Faust. One's bigger, 50-pound standard poodle. Then we have like a 15-pound Shih Tzu poodle mix. She's a puppy. Still peas everywhere. Big things. Hey, if I get this one, I'm going to 6-pack 2 in a row. That'd be nice. Trying to improve my war match stats here. Let's take a look. Tom Hagglesfield. Joint Commission. All right. So not a lot of people have seen this. It's War Match, and a lot of people have heard of it as we look for our perfect war stat tracker. And what's nice is that we can look at who's had the most stars, score. The score takes into account the number of stars that you get in a war minus the number of stars that were scored against you. So if you're putting up a 6-pack with 0 stars earned against you, obviously you're a +6. Perfect 6 stars. But 3 starred against you, you're only a +3. How do you think I'm catching up to you, Faust? Take a look at this. Faust just asked, does dropping to number 5 count? You know what? I'm just trying to catch up with you, man. I'm trying to get my 6-packs up there. You're ahead of me by 1. Our war stars are pretty even. I've played one more war than you, but man, when Town Hall 13 came out, Faust could not get a 6-pack. This guy was 3-starring the first and second base straight off the bat, like opening of the war, and then the other team would just like stop attacking because they're like, what the hell just happened? So, taking a look at our stuff, our top attackers based off of our plus minuses. Unfortunately, retired Mustang. He comes, he goes. Hopefully he comes back for CWL. It'd be nice to have him back. Chris Monroe, another one of our guests that attacks with us during certain CWLs and certain wars. But if you take a look at who's actually had the most number of 3 stars, or number of stars in general, granted, I did play the most wars out of all of us, so we won't count that. But let's go 3-star percentage. That's a good stat. Bocklet Bip rolling in with a 76.9% 3-star rate. Man. And this is a really funny stat too. These next 3 players are all the same person. Creeper, Mike Hawk, AJ. All of them are Creeper's accounts. Each of them with a 60% 3-star rate. Faust, look at that. Oh, we're tied there. Nice. All right. Enough of that. to the game. We have a live attack. Crackerjack is taking out 12. Again, great funnel. All the troops going straight into the center of the base. Taking out that Grand Warden. Flasher. Oh, not taking out the Grand Warden, taking out the Town Hall. We did not have a Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability. Came in a little bit late. Took out a couple troops, but honestly, with the Royal Champ still up, I don't think he's even deployed her, has he? Is the Royal Champ down? Where's she? Oh, there she is. Sorry, I lost track of her for a second. With her up, and she still has her Captain America shield throw, base is done. You guys are taking all the pressure off me. We get one more hit. My attack doesn't even count. Great job. It would have been great. He has been. Faust just said he's been hitting really hard lately, and he really has. So we cleared out our easy 12 and below bases. We still have some attacks available. Dallas, I'm not sure if he's going to show up. Captain Rocket, he's definitely in the chat. So really, they have 2 attacks left. And even if they dropped to our lowest bases on Buddy and BVN, our percentages were still ahead. 1 more for the probably win, 2 more for the guaranteed win, and honestly, even if I just get 2 stars on Surf Master, this thing's over, but we are going to wait it out. All right. 11 minutes left. Couple attacks left. I'll save mine for the last 3 minutes. So our Warlog recently, we've had some runs. Oh, I still remember that tie. Brutal. We've had some runs lately. CWL's been sort of stagnated in Masters 3, but honestly, Captain Awesome just brought in a bunch of friends who are pretty stout Town Hall 13s. I think we have a pretty good shot at advancing, because now we're rolling in with quite a few players, new players. Our new roster, our Town Hall 13s. We now have 4 completely maxed Town Hall 13 armies, at least when it comes from a hero perspective. And we're going to be running a 30v30. So even if we cut down here to our 32 or our 30th player, we're going to be just rolling mainly with Town Hall 13s and 12s, which gives us a really good shot. All right, 10 minutes. How is my battery? 16%. All right. Let's take a look at another attack. Let's switch it up. Let's look at a non-Town Hall 13 attack. Someone that's rocking maybe a Town Hall 12 attack. Let's go with, actually, Notorious. Town Hall 11. Only dropped by 1 base. Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11. Players at Town Hall 11. Air. Still a very popular strategy. All E-Drags. Now the thing about all E-Drags that I have a problem with is when the base is not clumped together. Obviously this one's clumped together, he's going to be able to rip right through. But I tend to have a little bit more success with more of the regular drag approach and just taking a couple of E-Drags to go for the chains. I just feel like they're not fast enough. If you're going into a blower and you didn't anticipate the blower, or at least plan around a blower, air blower, or your sweeper being taken care of, you can really destroy those attacks. But see him finish off. Overall, still doing really well. Really helped that there were a lot of loons in the clan castle too, rather than a lava hound or something to that effect. Alright. Number 2 dropping on BVN as expected. So, how much time do I have left? 8 minutes. More than enough time. If this guy, Joe Mont, does not follow through with a 70, 70, 50, 20, for sure don't, but I think we're all in agreement. Maybe after the war, I'll bring the pups down. How about that? Alright, I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a 3-star mainly because he has max heroes. So let's switch to one of our other members that's attacking right now. Dom is going for 10. How much time? Really don't want to mess this up. 7 minutes. Army's ready. Just got to remind myself to switch out that siege barracks. Oh my gosh, you guys suck. How much time do I got left? Lola, Sophie. Look what you guys have done. Hey, kitty. Say hi to the camera. Alright, we've got Soph. She's not interested in you guys. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Alright. Happy now? For a second? For a second I thought that said Pet Clash, not Pat Clash. It's like, oh my gosh, you created a whole new account just for Pet Clash. I like it. Right. Sorry that it keeps switching back and forth, but I got it. I just need to make sure that I have enough time to do my own attack. I just have to start it in time, it's no big deal. Alright. Dom going in. Bowie with some support from some P.E.K.K.A.s. He's actually having some trouble breaking through on that last component there. What is that? What is it? Oh, never mind. The Royal Champ is now getting walked with some healers. Still has her ability up, so she's going to be able to take out quite a few of these things. You take a look at this part of the base and you're like, oh man, might be close, I don't know what's going to happen. And then you take a look and you're like, oh my god, never mind. There's like 14 bowlers that are still off screen. What else we got? Fit Leo. I just want to see all of our guys attack before we go in. You know, for a while there, I was really excited that I was always I was becoming the #1 guy on our war list, and then players are coming in with like stronger accounts than mine, and I've been bumped down to 3. That's okay. New blood's always good. Fit Leo looks like he's gonna have a nice entry over there into the town hall. I am going to get ready for my attack. Yeah, now I got time. So I get to finish my attack in time. Ooh, look at that. Oh, man. Unfortunate timing of that Tesla. Would have been bounced off nicely, but that's fine. Pat's going in. Does he have any freezes? He does. Oh, bat's taken down. Unfortunately, we still got some core troops over there, but basically going to come down to what's going to happen with that single Inferno. But honestly, I think he's got this unlocked too. After all these little skellies come in, he's going to just distract that single Inferno and it'll be cake. Alright. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Alright, my siege is good. I'm not going to have a problem with deploying my funnel. If I don't get an adequate funnel here, that is okay. That P.E.K.K.A. is now starting to walk over, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to rage through. Prep for later. We're going to get our poison out. Go opposite side with our Royal Champ. Getting ready with our heal. Rage again. Now basically giving priority to my hogs for my heal. I'm literally just following them down. I don't care what everybody else is doing, honestly. I want to make sure that my hogs stay alive, because it just adds so much to the attack. Unfortunately, my P.E.K.K.As are all ended up all the way up there. But that's okay. This base is done. Bust through. Let's go. I remember in the past you always get worried that you're not going to deploy your hero abilities in time, but now it's not a big deal. Boom. 3-star. 6-pack. Let's go. Done. Captain Rocket finishing off this war for us. Maybe. Unless I just get a nice little wheel there. Did you notice that? Did you see how I never noticed that before. The siege barracks, if you have everybody else that's Grand Warden, the siege barracks was like lighting up and it was like pulsating. It was actually pretty cool. Let's see if he does the same sort of strategy by basically following your hogs. Everything else, all those other things are deployed. You can basically look at the bottom of your screen and see when you need to activate your hero ability. But I mean, honestly, it's just going to activate automatically anyway. Making sure that those hogs stay up is key to having a successful one of these attacks. They just do so much damage. This is a definite 3-star. Well done, son. Minute 20 left. Still has the Captain America shield throw. Still has a couple of wizards for cleanup. Royal Champ is just going in, hopping, hop, 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 hop. Finish off. Hogs will do the job for her that they did not finish off. Swag a queen ability. And we're done. Alright, Team RDYK. Thank you for joining tonight and watching the last hour of our war. The war has ended. We finished off so strong. I think we pretty much got a 3-star attack with all of our remaining Town Hall 13s. Completely brought up our war destruction. And I mean, just look at that. Look at our last attacks in the last like 20 minutes, even 10 minutes, last 5 minutes. Look at that. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And the only way that you can do this is by having full participation, top to bottom. Well, let's just like scroll that up. Top to bottom, our 10 through 19 here, each of them getting their attacks in early, so we knew what to do towards the end of war. We knew what we could drop to. When you have attacks like AJ there, getting a 6-pack, Notorious getting a 6-pack, it makes the rest of the war just so much easier. So, well done, guys. We will be streaming certain days in CWL, so make sure to come back. And thanks for making our community at Team RDYK a good one. All right, Faust, get back to work. Everybody else, talk to you soon.